Remixing is one of my favourite things to do. The structure, the chords, the vocals, the recording, the engineering, pretty much everything is done in terms of composing the song. So now you just get to use pure production techniques and your skills and ideas. At the same time as it being so free, in contrast, I also love the strict constraints of remixing, as you often have a vision of a new audience you can take the track to. Personally, I often prefer working to a brief, as a set of objectives really helps focus you. So today I'm going to show you the process I went through to remix the new release from a band called Will and the People. DJ Nicky knows the band from touring, so they sent us over all the stems for their new record, Started on Love. Stems are all the different parts of the record recorded separately, so you can listen to and work on each instrument separately. When a song is mixed down by a producer or engineer, they change the volume of each instrument to get the best possible mix. When you remix, you get to choose if you want to use any of the stems or start from scratch building something entirely new around the vocal, or even just a phrase or sample of the music. Often though, you will only be provided with the vocal stem to work on. Started on love. So I've loaded all the stems into my DAW at the correct BPM. I do always try and ask bands and artists for the BPM of their song and what key it's in, but often I just have to figure it out for myself. This track is around 148 BPM, which would usually mean grime, trap or pop. Or if you halve the BPM, then perhaps reggae or maybe hip hop. If you wanted to do a house remix or drum and bass, then you'd need to change the BPM of the stems. The band definitely has a rock sound to them. The first thing I noticed though is that as they're a live band, they must have recorded vocals and guitars at the same time to get the performance they wanted.
Worry runs away.
This means the vocal stem has the guitar recorded in with it too, and tells me I have to keep that instrument in the remix if I keep the vocal. At this point I should say most artists do like you to keep lots of their vocal in the remix, but as long as you bring back a hit, then most of them don't mind what you do. I've often had better responses back from groups and their labels when I include the vocal intact. But if you're MK, then you can do whatever you like, as his version is nearly always better than the original. And that really is always your goal here. Get competitive. Your version should be the one that record labels want to release as the main single once you send it back to them. And there are a few instances of that happening with major releases. So now it's decision time. You've heard everything the record has to offer, and there are two major points to consider now, and usually this comes down to what sort of producer you are and what agreement you've made with the artists. If you're a known producer in a certain style of music, then usually, if someone books you to remix, they will expect it to be in the style of music you DJ and are known for. Then there are other producers that work to a brief. They will often approach remixing slightly differently and try to build the track around the style and sound of each song, with the aim of taking that track to a new audience in a particular genre, rather than stamping their style onto it. Because Beatnik are known for playing all across electronic music when we DJ, we produce music for people in lots of different genres. The one rule is that they have to fit into our DJ sets, so my main aim is to make this track very current in a trap and hip hop style, verging on trip hop, with sparse production and heavy 808 bass. My vision for this track is that it could go straight onto pop radio playlists everywhere, in a similar market to something like Royals by Lorde or Naughty Boy. The vocals are really well performed and emotional, so that should work well when all fused together. So now I sit for hours, days and weeks working on the track, trying to find all the right sounds that work with the vision I have for it. Sometimes I can make numerous versions of remixes and abandon them and restart if I don't like the way things are going. These tracks that aren't quite right for this project often become tracks that get released with other artists, so it's a great way to have loads of different instrumentals structured and ready to develop. Once I've made the track and built it all, which you can watch in detail in part 2 of this video, I then have to mix it down and master it ready for commercial release. Once that is done, I send the remix to the band to listen to while I start working on some remix artwork to go with the single. As this track was a rock band being remixed by electronic DJs from the design world, I wanted to have aspects of all that in the design. So if you can imagine 70s rock, Flash Gordon, David Bowie meets Peter Saville, Hacienda Rave, then that's what I wanted to go for, but always totally beatnik. I then made versions in square for vinyl, which never happens anymore, but it's good to have one just in case, landscape for YouTube, and portrait for Instagram. If you're really lucky and get lots of budget from someone, then you can make a video, but it's quite rare that remixes get videos, so often I'll make a lyric video or something to put on YouTube. I made a lyric video using After Effects to accompany this song, incorporating loads of particles, as I'm a bit obsessed by them. We always make loads of digital video content for everything we do, and always try to be as creative as possible with it. It's such a huge part of advertising and marketing that all brands and artists need to devote a lot of time to it, or pay someone else to. Now this section is the real make or break of any record, no matter how good the track or artist might be. If the marketing is bad, then it will get no traction and not make it through the noise. There are so many pieces of music made and released in the world today that the real art of anything culturally succeeding is by marketing it really well. Without that, it's highly likely your beautiful work never gets seen by anyone.